All right. So I told you that I was going to talk to you about shipping costs, what shipping costs can cost you. And I told you at the end of the day that um, you really got to think things through when you're basically doing business online, especially when you're doing business. You have to be able to counter your costs, and everything else has to come into play. So it does cost a lot of money to ship overseas. It can be get expensive from time to time, but you have to be to cover your costs for your shipping overseas. You have to be to cover your costs for shipping supplies, labels, all that stuff like that. Materials to make the products, containers, all that stuff costs money at the end of the day. So when I was telling you at the end of the day how the two individuals did not calculate their they didn't calculate their business expenses correctly, and at the end of the day, they ended up making nothing at the end of the day. They are making literally nothing at the end of the day. So as I told you before, breaking it down, when it comes down to containers, your containers, whether they're 32s or whether they're 48s, can cost you a lot of money at the end of the day. That's my shipping cost right now to ship a package to Ireland. $83.75. Medium flat rate. That's what it costs. I know I ship all over the world for free, so I know how much it costs. So these two individuals at the end of the day, as I told you before, kind of shot themselves in the foot because at the end of the day, they are literally paying out more money to ship. Matter back, they're not making too much at the end of the day from their products. All right. So bottom line is to break it down and to do the math for you. And just to show you, at the end of the day, I said people are not too smart on basically how they do business at the end of the day, on how you basically how you run your company is whether or not you're going to be able to afford to keep it or not. All right. So anyway, a 48-ounce container, right? If you're shipping a 48-ounce container, let me take care of this before I'm actually talking to you guys, get this order taken care of for a customer. A 48-ounce container is going to be, it's not going to fit in a medium-sized box. It's not going to happen. It's not going to fit in the box at all, period. It's just going to be too big. It's not going to fit. As a matter of fact, hold on for a minute. I'm going to take care of this order first, get this label shipped out for this customer first, and then we'll talk about this. But I'm going to show you what my shipping cost was. My shipping cost to ship a medium-sized box is like 83 bucks. I told you it's expensive. It's not cheap. Now, mine, if you ship in a large costs you 107 bucks. And at the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference if you live in Florida, California. It doesn't make a difference. The minute that package leaves overseas, that's when you pay that price. So at the end of the day, between what they're charging and making off for their expenses, they're not making no money at the end of the day. And that's because they didn't calculate their business expenses correctly. And that's what happens when you are so full of hatred to try to wreck other people's businesses. At the end of the day, you end up destroying your own at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, you can't make a profit. Keep in mind that your product at the end of the day gets weight and gets that you have to be able to back your product at the end of the day. So that means all those test demonstrations that we do over and over and over again on our screens, different forms of projector, different sizes of screens, means we can back our products. Beating certified projection screens at the end of the day, or being overpowered certified projection screens, jumps the value of your product, because it shows at the end of the day you can take on a $4,000 to $5,000 projection screen. You can pull an image in a fully lit environment. This right here jumps your product's basically worth at the end of the day. If you don't have any of these demonstrations backing your product isn't going to be worth much. So let me see right here. No, I didn't know that. Okay, it's cool enough. All right. Just fill out some information forms here. right, we're good. Oh, okay, so that's what's down here. Let's see. Oh, wait, no. It's anything in there? Let's see. All right, this needs to go through. Hold on for a minute. Toss on the format real quick. Fabric projection screen. Okay, let's see. All right. I hate filling out forms. I really do. Freaking, I don't know what's going on. Freaking PayPal. PayPal's shipping station. I hate that thing so much. It doesn't even work half the time. Like literally, if you're shipping overseas, it's a freaking headache. It doesn't work. Right now, it's shut down. So I have to go do the click and ship to the United States Postal Service and do this sucker manually, which I freaking hate. I don't even know why PayPal even went down the road of actually changing over to shipping station. Worst mistake they could ever make. But they partner with them, so you're stuck with it. I'm not stuck with it. I'm not dealing with it. All right, let's see right here. Yeah, I can put that right there. That'll definitely work. What else we got to put here? We don't need all that to begin with. That's good. All right, cool. Okay, that was easy. I don't know. That's easy. Okay, I'm doing some learning and shipping stuff overseas right now, so that process is pretty easy. Okay, that's good over here. Billing information, everything's good. Blah 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 blah. All right, that's all good. Do we have all the information? What's the tracking information on this? I need this whole freaking receipt. Let me see. Okay, everything's good. Add it to cart. Let's see. Billing information. Yeah, billing information. Come on, add it to cart. All right, yeah, agree on the terms. Check out the PayPal. Accept the terms and conditions. All right, payment. Go ahead and take the payment. Hey, PayPal, how about you fix that shipping station nightmare? Good gracious, why did you even change that nonsense? Everything was working fine. Everything was working perfectly. Fantastic. And they had to partner up the freaking shipping station. The whole thing's a freaking nightmare over there. I couldn't imagine. I go straight to the United States Postal Service. I don't even bother with them anymore. That's it. Where's my tracking number? There's my tracking number right there. Good. I'll grab my tracking number and put this into... Keep in mind, if you decide to skip PayPal and just use United States Postal Service for shipping, you do going to have to provide a tracking number, which means you're going to have to go into the account of the individual that you went in and shipped it out, because you didn't ship it through PayPal, which means PayPal does not have a copy of the tracking number. Only United States Postal Service has it, which means you have to go in and put that tracking number in manually, which I have to do right now. So PayPal has a copy, you have a copy, and the customer has a copy. tracking number right here. And shipped by United States Postal Service right there. And there we go. Because I couldn't imagine anybody navigating through that whole setup they got is a freaking nightmare. Let's see. Okay, that's good. That means they got that information from the door. All right, they're set up. Now what I have to do now is go into the email account. Okay, it's my receipt. From there, authorize my payment for that right there. Oh, I got an order. Thank you so much. And I don't know who this guy is, but nope, you're not getting it. All right, let's see. I gotta go into messaging over here, and I need to go back into PayPal. This makes it so much of a freaking pain in the neck through PayPal. I don't know why. Again, why would you do this crap? Freaking headache. I'll go back to here. All right, we're done that in. I'm going back to PayPal. Okay, let's go back in. You have to open up 4 windows in order to do this mess. Because the shipping station has attitude and issues. And sometimes it doesn't want to allow you to log into the server. Oh, that's one of the nightmares of the shipping station. Shipping station isn't attached to PayPal. It's in a different, totally different section. It has nothing to do with PayPal. So, say if you have a label that's stuck and it won't ship through because the system is glitching. You can't go through PayPal for that. You have to go through Shipping Station. And Shipping Station doesn't have contact information to get a hold of. They just have some customer board that you sign that information on at the bottom of a sheet, and you just wait for a couple of days, like a week or so, before they can get back to you and fix the problem. And meanwhile, you got a package sitting there that needs to be shipped out, which is going to be past the 7-day mark, which gives the customer the eligibility to file a have not received complaint against you. And PayPal knows this. There you go. Now you see the bull crap already. So instead of dealing with that nonsense, because it happened to me one time, I said, you know what? I'll just go to the United States Postal Service. So the nightmare I have to go to the United States Postal Service is it's easier if I'm doing orders. Well, actually, it's the same thing. Because you can't take your original account with you, which means if you're on PayPal, you got all your customers' information in there. And you can go in there and you can basically take all their information and click, and all that comes up on the receipt. No, not on Shipping Station. None of your customers' information is in there at all. Especially if you have to reship an item, it's not there at all, period. You have to save it to a file so it's in there. But if it's not in there, that means you got to open up a second window, go back into PayPal, copy and paste your information over onto the click and ship on the United States Postal Service and do it. Oh man, freaking nightmare. Yeah, it's a nightmare. It is. But I do it. You have to do it. It's work. You have to do it at the end of the day. It's complicated nonsense. But yeah, if you're doing through the United States Postal Service, you're going to have to copy and paste all the information off the address original from PayPal and transfer that over to the shipping clip over the United States Postal Service and put it in from there and then do it from there that way. Or if you're going to ship in Shipping Station, that's another Shipping Station. Shipping Station has a separate server. So when you log on, whoever, if you sold on eBay or whatever, you already know about this nonsense. You have to log on to their server. Once you log into their server, all the previous information that you have on the other account doesn't always transfer over, which means you got to go back. You can't go back out of the server. No, you have to open up a separate window and then go in through PayPal and log in again to get that information to transfer over to the Shipping Station. All right. The problem I had yesterday was the fact that trying to ship a package to Ireland, for some reason, the server stalled. So I'm sitting there with this spinning huge cog in the middle of my face telling me, oh, we're going to get there. It's going to get there. Never gets there. Go in the next day, try it again. It still doesn't go through. I have to go to the United States Postal Service and do it manually. So eventually they're having problems with that particular unit. And I like the first one because there's a bunch of people on Reddit complaining about it. That it's a freaking nightmare. And PayPal has partnered up with them. Not a freaking, let's do a beta try. Let's try this out fill this out for a couple months and see what happens, see if our customers like this. Now let's go sign a contract and make this permanent and then screw everybody in the process. And that's pretty much what they did. So I don't know what kind of deal they got of it, but it's a freaking nightmare. I don't even bother with it. I go straight to the United States Postal Service. It's a lot easier. It's a little bit of a headache. Sometimes I got to transfer the information over, but I transfer the information, go in, get everybody's information from there. I can go in and get items scanned. I can set up for scheduled pickups. I like it better that way. Oh my goodness, a freaking nightmare with these people, I swear. So I gotta go through all this crap, man. Because the original setup that they had through PayPal, which was a freaking beautiful dream, basically everything was there. All you got to do is go and hit ship. All the information pops up. Go pick out the package size, the weight, blah, 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 international shipping. Everything's set up. Click, 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 print out, you're done. Not anymore. They made it a complete nightmare. Hey, everything's going fine, but you got the board like, everything's going fine. The shipping is good. Let's figure a way to screw it up. And then, yeah, you guys just screwed it up. If something works perfectly, don't mess with it. Leave it the freak alone. All right? Just leave it alone. I hate that crap when you go into freaking Facebook. Every time you go into Facebook, they're always changing the dashboard around to something stupid at the end of the day. Like unnecessary stuff that you know you're not going to freaking never use, but just makes things completely complicated at the end of the day. Then you got to go watch some stupid tutorial video on, hey, this is how you navigate through Facebook now. I hate that crap at the end of the day. Leave crap the freak alone. If it's working perfectly, don't touch it. Man, this will make things a lot easier for you. I would like to be at the board meeting where the person made that offer and be able to smack him in the face in the elevator. Like, what were you thinking at the end of the day? It's the dumbest thing you possibly think of. So yeah, that's the problem. You can't, if you have a problem where your label messes up or something happens, when you were connected to PayPal, you could call PayPal, customer service would pop up, you talk to somebody. PayPal's customer service is actually really, really good. So you can call them up and talk like, hey, I'm having this problem, so they can help you out from there. Oh no, not with the freaking shipping station. It doesn't work that way, buddy. Their customer service number goes to a freaking, I don't know what it is, how they got it set up. It's like a list that you go to. You put your complaint in and they get back to you. 2 weeks. You know what happens if a package sits around for 2 weeks, right? There you go. So I go back and call PayPal and I said, look, why would you even tie yourself to this nonsense? At the end of the day, if it's going to take 1 to 2 weeks for them to get back to somebody, depending on where you land at in line, then that you're potentially putting your merchants at freaking risk of being hit with they have not received. Yeah. So just skip it, don't use it, and just go through freaking whatchamacallit, which would be much better. All right, let me see. What do you want from here on the side? Let me see. We'll print the label off of both sides. That's what we want. Definitely want to create a scan on it. That's definitely going to happen. Yes, this is definitely the address I want to ship to. I need a whole copy of this whole freaking address right here. So I can print this out for his whatchamacallit. Let's see, where is his shipping information here? I got to go into his address and pop this information over here like so. Oh, yeah, that's just rich. That's definitely going to work out perfectly fine. All right, whatever. All right, and we want everything went through. Shipping information. Shipping info. So yeah, at the end of the day, man, let me tell you something. When I tell you at the end of the day, if I tell you someone's not making any money, I know someone's not making any money. I can tell at the end of the day. The shipping expenses alone will murder you at the end of the day. If you don't basically know how to carefully know how to basically calculate your shipping costs and products and everything you need to actually make your products at the end of the day, you could actually lose your shirt at the end of the day. It's called business planning. That's what it's called at the end of the day. And eventually, these two jokers didn't do too much business planning because one of them trying to copy me on a 48-ounce container ended up costing himself a lot of money. I told you at the end of the day, it costs money to ship to these countries. $83 to ship to Ireland. Now imagine that's a medium-sized box. Imagine if you push it into a large, which he's going to have to do. Because at the end of the day, the only thing you could fit 2 48s into a medium-sized box. But remember, he has a four-system paint system, which means he has to ship you out 4 containers of paint in order to make up the screen, because judging on his website, if he ships you 1, then something's wrong there because there's 3 missing. It's a stacking system. So if it's a stacking system and there's different color paints, that means these paints are designed to all go together to fuse as one screen. That's the system right over there he has. So that's 4 containers he has to ship out you at 48 ounces each. And 2 of them will fit in a medium, but 4 won't. That means the other 4 will have to go into a large box. And at the end, it's going to cost you $107. Now, where does this get expensive? He charges $160 for his item, $107 bucks. So say somebody orders, well, automatically he's going to have to ship it by large. He doesn't have a choice. He can't ship it by medium because it's not going to fit. Unless he basically takes away the 48, makes it 32, and 32 means he can drop 4 of those into a box because 4 quarts will actually fit into a box with no problem. But he can't fit that in there. And it's going to cost him more paint because at the end of the day, you're not filling it up. Like if you go get a gallon of paint is 100, to break it down in the crazier terms, 120 ounces is actually a gallon. So if you ship out a gallon of paint, right, 32 a container, he's doing 48. So that means 1 gallon is not going to be to cover the 4 containers under 48. He's going to have a gallon and maybe 2 extra quarts on top of that. At $17 a pop or $20 a pop per quart, depending on where he's going and where it's going to cost, including the $23. Now, unlike Crow's product is a little different. Crow actually requires only 1 quart of paint to actually paint 120. Well, we already know the story behind that one. I don't want to repeat that nonsense. I don't feel like having my brain shattered at the end of the day because that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. For those of you who don't know about the 2 quarts of paint, the 300 screen, we're going to leave that one alone because that's a little too easy right now. But anyway, still getting back to this. So his is a little bit more easier because, like I said, at 32, if he buys a gallon of paint, that means he's going to get 4 32s out of that, right? So his base is going to be $23. We all know this is how he's making anyway, but his base is $23. If he buys black paint, if he buys PPJ, if he's putting silver into it, that means the PPJ is going to cost him $20. The black's going to cost him $20. That's $40, and plus the 23, that's $63. And if he adds like $7 in, that's about $70. That's $70 he has to spend to ship out. Now it's not mine. He's not shipping out 1. He can ship out 4 out of that. So out of the 2 out of the quart, out of the 1 quart of black, he's only doing tablespoons out of that. So, it's going to last him a while. The PPJ, it's going to last him a while. He's only doing tablespoons out of it. That glitter is only a little bit. It's going to last him a while. The only thing he's going to eat through is the base, which is $23 because he's going to get 4 quarts out of that. Every time he sells it, he's going to make 4 quarts out of that, 4 quarts out of that. He's going to make 83 or whatever he's making, or $89 for every 32 ounces he's going to get out of that. All right? But then again, you got to look at the surcharge. And you got a surcharge if he ships overseas is $70. If you're shipping a package and it's 83, you're short $13, which means you're going to pay $13 out of your pocket. You don't even cover the surcharge fee. If somebody orders something overseas in a bigger box, then that means you're going to be paying out a little bit more money at the end of the day. So he's going to have to calculate that also too into that too. But at the end of the day, he's probably making about 15, 20 bucks tops. That's it. And mind you, we're not talking about containers yet, because containers can cost you an arm and a leg. You can drop over the Uline, you can drop an easy $64, $83 into containers easily from just getting 12 containers, and that's it from that package. If you go to Amazon, Amazon will straight gag you. Amazon will give you like something like 4 32-ounce containers for like 30 bucks. Sometimes it depends if they come with the lids, if they're self-locking, all that costs a little bit more money. So you're better just going wholesale, going to Uline and just buying a big bulk. That's what I usually buy, big bulks from there. Then you're talking about ink. At the end of the day, ink will cost you money. How much money it costs for ink? I paid $30 to $40 for just a container of ink. Now, some people say, oh, but you can get the ink just cartridge you inject the ink into. That's bullcrap. See that printer over there? That printer only reads genuine cartridges. That's a professional printer over there. You drop any genuine, ones that are not genuine, the printer won't read it. It won't accept it. It has to be a genuine ink cartridge for that thing to read it at the end of the day. Because when I print out my labels, I want to come out nice. I don't want the ink to smear, nothing. I want to look professional. That's why I purchased that machine over there. So you got to buy the good inks, and a good ink can cost you 30 or 40 or 50 bucks. Ink is very expensive. I don't know why, but it is. So that right there is overhead money. Printing paper, yeah, best you buy it by the bulk. Even at $21, that's still money, boom, taken out of your pocket right there. So all that stuff, and then you talk about materials on top of that. Now, mind you, what I showed you from Crow's little stack, what he got from there, even with at $73, so he puts an investment of $73 in, right? He's still going to be to make a little bit of money back from the black and the PPJ and the glitter, because he's not going to use that as much. The only thing he's going to use as the base. As long as he brings in another, if he can get like maybe 4 or 5 gallons out of that investment he made for the $20 for the black and $20 for the PPG, he can just keep putting 2 tablespoons in, 2 tablespoons there, 2 tablespoons there, 2 tablespoons there, and he'll be able to stretch that out with maybe 4 or 5 containers of 23. From the door. That's $23 a container. That's what he's paying, $23 for a gallon. So he's going to get out of, he measures $23. He adds in his black, he adds in his silver, adds in his glitter. He can keep adding in the $23 a bear and just adding that to it and making his money off of that. Repartee, on the other hand, this is where it gets expensive. See, because he has a stacking system, this is where his problem comes in. He has 4 individual screen paints. It takes 4 individual screen paints to paint 120-inch screen, which means he has to have 4 separate different ingredients. Or he could be doing this. He could be doing what Crow's doing and just basically just get that one base, the black, the silver, and a little glitter, and then he's basically putting in different shades. He might be putting 2 in this one, in the first one, 3 in the second one, 4 in that one, so he can change the color of it to make it look like you're actually getting 4 paints out of that as a building system. But at the end of the day, it's just all the same paint coming from the same container. They're just changed because they have different shades of black in them. There you go. Because if he were to go out and make each individual one, it could easily cost him, like I said, $70 per container. How much paint at the end of the day? So somewhere he's got to change something up in there, because that'd be virtually impossible. It costs him too much money. So just honestly, if you're taking $23 a bear, $20 a PPJ as a quart, it'll cost you $50 for a gallon. That's $20 right there. Another $20 for black. That's a quart right there. That's $40 plus the 23, 63, and $7 for the glitter makes it $70. Now at a Crow, he can basically, the black, the silver, and the glitter, he's not going to use all of that. So he can use some of that to add to the 23, which is the base, to make his product. He's going to get 4 quarts out of that. Out of that 4 quarts, he'll make about $80 to $90 a piece for each one. Every time, if he has to restock his supplies, he doesn't have to rebuy the black again. He doesn't rebuy the silver again. He already has it. All he got to rebuy is the base, which is $23. And just to repeat the same process. Every time he brings in the gallon, add a little black, add a little silver, add a little glitter. That's how we did it. You're done. That's it. You already made your little investment here. But if you got a 4-screen process where it takes 4 applications to paint on the screen, that means each one of those containers is going to have to be different. They can't be all made by the same batch. If they're made by the same batch, how would they be able to fuse and integrate into the super screen that has the ability to morph into these incredible capabilities if they're all made off the same batch? They all would have to have their own individual ID, individual code on how they're made. Like he can make this one out of paint thinner. He can make this one out of poly. He can make this one out of so-and-so and so. But every time he adds in each a different base, his price tag starts jumping. Poly is $50 a gallon. In some places, it's $60, $70 a gallon. If he's doing paint thinner, he might get that for like $20 and $30 right there. If he's doing distilled water, that's something else. Each one of those elements are going to have to be different in order for him to make a stacking system. If they're all made by the same container and they're only changed by a couple of shades of black because of black paint, at the end of the day, how is that a stacking system or a fusing system at the end of the day? It's all the same thing. So keep in mind, that's going to cost him a lot of money. He can end up paying $50, $60, and $70 for each ingredient to add to make up that one ingredient. And meanwhile, because he put it in a 42-ounce container, he can't put 2 of those in a box because it's a 4 system. He has to put all 4 of them in a large, which means if it goes overseas, his price jumps right to the roof. And at the end of the day, people, even if he does ship in the United States, keep in mind at $20, which is going to cost him for a box in the United States, still each one of those ingredients are going to cost him $50 to $60 a piece if they have their own identity. If they don't, and they're made by the same batch at the end of the day, then he doesn't have a stacking system. It's a complete lie. It's phony. In order for you to have a stacking system for a unit to fuse together, each formula must be different from the next. They all can't be the same with one little slight difference. It doesn't work that way. So, at the end of the day, like I said, if he's doing it at 40, say $50 a pop to do each one, let's say $60 a pop. That's 120 right there, 120, that's $240. So how are you showing a product for $160 if it costs $240 to make it? There you go. He has to spend more money on containers. Crow only has to spend on containers, basically, 1 32-ounce. He has to spend 4 containers. See? Because he has a stacking system and it requires 4 coats of paint to apply his product. Now, if all 4 coats were exactly the same color and they were the same paint, then what's the point of putting 4 on? You can just put 1. But since he does a stacking system, and each one of those particular coatings that he puts on is different, that means he has to have 4 containers of paint. Remember, each time you paint the screen on, you have to wash out the roller because it'll cause cross-contamination because each one's different. Ta-da! There you go. See? They don't add it up. They just run their mouths at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, he would have to be making the same one out of the same batch of paint. He's just changing the shade of color by how much black paint he puts into it. Because at the end of the day, to do that, his product would cost more than actually what the product he's selling. He wouldn't make any money. He would actually owe more than actually making the product. He would owe more money. Now that's just basic 101 screen paint. Simple product. Bare silver screen, black paint, silver, and glitter. That's it. Anybody who made that stuff back in the day automatically knows that your investment is going to be your black paint. You buy your black paint, you get a quart of that. You know you're only going to use about probably 2 or 3 tablespoons of that into white paint at the end of the day. So you're not going to use the whole entire quart. That's enough to stretch over to at least a couple gallons right there. You got the PPJ, the silver, you're probably going to put 1 or 2 of those in. So you can get a couple of tablespoons, a lot of tablespoons out of that before you actually complete that. And then you got the glitter. You're only going to put like 1/4 of a little spoon of glitter in there because you don't want to put too much in there because you're going to get a Christmas tree effect. Just put a little bit in there. So that's going to stretch. The only thing you're going to have to buy over and over again is the base, which is $23. Because once you sell 4 quarts of that, that's gone. Then you go buy yourself another $23 container. You put your 2 tablespoons of black into it. You put your 2 tablespoons of silver into it. You put a little glitter in it. Boom. And that's it. You mix it up, sell it. There you go. Now you got out of that 23, you got 3 quarts left. You're going to make $80 per each quart when you do that. There you go. That's the mathematical thing about the whole entire thing. So that's where Crow basically from his end. But from Partey's end, mind you, he has a stacking system, which means each individual paint that he puts on there has to be different. If it wasn't different, he wouldn't require you to wash out the roller. You have to wash out the roller because you're causing cross-contamination. The certain screens are gray, they're light gray, whatever colors they are, at the end of the day, they're supposed to be a stacking system, which means he's going to spend more money on containers. He has to ship you 4 containers to paint 1 screen. Think about that. 4 containers to paint 1 screen, where Crow only has to send out 1 container. Crow's product is only going to require him to paint the screen 1 time. He requires 4 times to paint the screen because it's a stacking system. Crow, once you paint it on, it's done. When he paints it on, it has to be 4 applications, and each application is different because it's a process system where it causes the screen to fuse together to make this ultimate screen, which means each one of those formulas would have to be different. And that's where you don't want me involved at the end of the day, because I can break it down and find out whether or not if each one of those formulas are different, or at the end of the day, they came all from the same container. That's why he canceled orders. That's another thing too, why he canceled orders. And how I would know that, because at the end of the day, if I skip the process, which means if I force 4 applications to make your screen, and if I do a test where I basically take 1 and 2, skip 3 and 4. We'll do one at 1, 2, 3, 4 by the book. And then the next one we'll do it at, because we only do the whole thing, we do a small screen. Then the next one we do 1 and 2, we skip 3 and 4. Then we skip 3 and 4 and knock out 1 and 2. We put those to the side, hit it with a projector, and see if there's any difference. If there's no difference, I mean, that tells me at the end of the day that your product is all one product. You just changed it out with different shades of black to make it look like there were different coats of paint, when all together was just all the same thing from the same bat. That's how we would know. Yeah, I bet you them two were probably scratching their head like, what the frick is he talking about? You don't know anything about business, because if you knew anything about business, at the end of the day, you realize that your overhead is so expensive right now that you guys are lucky if you break off $10 at the end of the day. Now, see, Crow shot himself in the foot. How did Crow shoot himself in the foot? Well, when Crow started off, like I said, his paints used to be free. That's what they were free. And Crow decided that he was going to jump on people that were selling their products, snapping at them, talking about, hey, why are you selling your products? Blah, 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 blah. You could be doing it for free. No, he was doing the products for free. And he was getting upset because other people were selling their products and they were making money. And basically, Crow started off by selling his product at 50 bucks. That's what he used to cost, $50 for his products. That's what his products were, 50 bucks. Now, for the longest time, his products used to be, hold on for a minute. Here it is right here. I need this one right here. All right, and cost for so and so. So I need to label on this one. All right, that's a label. All right. All right, people, grab some real quick. All right, cool. All right, I got to print this one out. Anyway, yeah, so for the longest time, he basically charged no price for his product. He was getting mad at people who basically sold the products and made money off the products. And Crow became upset because he thought that at the end of the day, that people should be giving their products up for free because he was giving his products up for free at the end of the day and became irritated. That's how we bumped into Crow. Crow popped up on our channel one time on YouTube and wanted to know the ingredients to one of my products. And I told him, no, we're not going to tell you the ingredients. This is a product that we make and we save money off of at the end of the day. And he became frustrated and angry about the whole entire thing. But anyway, long story short, he started selling his product. And he started this whole campaign about saving you hundreds, saving you hundreds, saving you hundreds, saving you all this money. That his product doesn't cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You do know that basically that if your products are under $100, that would basically, once you reach over 100, then basically that makes you hundreds. You have a product that costs $235. Wouldn't that make that hundreds at the end of the day? That'd be $200. Good gracious, you probably don't think at the end of the day at all, period. Yeah, so if you're selling your gallon of your product for $235, that makes it hundreds, you idiot. I hate to call people an idiot, but I can't stand when people talk trash and they do the dumbest things behind while they're talking trash. Yeah, that puts you in that category, you dumb. So anyway, out of all that nonsense, he charges all this money for his product. The reason why you're mad at the end of the day that you don't make the money that I make at the end of the day, because Crow, I can back my product 100%. To the point that I have companies that will contact me to do business with me. They don't contact you. They don't acknowledge your existence at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, even they know that the product that you sell is bogus and fake at the end of the day. There's no way in the world, first of all, that any gray screen paint is going to have the ability to pull contrast level next to a black screen. I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. And for anybody who comes to my channel and goes, oh, but it can happen, go drink bleach. Because at the end of the day, that's the dumbest thing I've heard in my entire life. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Are you that naive and that stupid? I hate to call people idiots at the end of the day, but it is what it is. When someone sits there and makes a comment like that, it is what it is. So you want to tell me the color gray can produce a contrast level equal to a black screen? Are you telling me that right now? Okay then, idiots. What's the other one? Oh, please, I hope no one backs up that support of getting 2 quarts and paint a 300-inch screen. Really? How do you figure that one at the end of the day? How do you figure that 2 quarts can paint 150-inch, which they can? It depends on basically the coverage of the product. Some's going to have more, some's going to less, depending on the base of the product. So if he hasn't painted a 150-inch screen, if he doesn't have this much paint left over to pour into another container, how do you know he can actually reach 150 inch if you've never seen him paint a 150-inch screen? Or you're just going by what he just says. Okay, that makes a lot of, it really, seriously does. Oh, guess what? When you paint my paint on the wall, it summons leprechauns that will take you to a magical rainbow and give you gold. Good gracious, seriously, people. But anyway, getting back to this nonsense anyway. So yeah, he became frustrated and upset over that because people are making money. And at the end of the day, he started this whole campaign about how he doesn't charge all this money as everybody else and this, that, and the other and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but slowly your price has been creeping up and creeping up and creeping up because you're not making any money at the end of the day. You shot yourself in the foot. And because you shot yourself in the foot, you can never charge the price that I charge for my product at the end of the day because, number one, you can't back your product up. I can match your stuff to house paint on any given day. As a matter of fact, I got order paint today from Sherwin-Williams, some stuff, but I can match your stuff to house paint on any given day. You can't back your product up. If somebody came in and said, hey, this product is black paint, you sure enough can bet your bottom dollar. I'm going to be on Facebook with 6 containers of black paint and black tablecloths and everything else and go, look, boo, 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 boo. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. I accuse you of this. You don't do that. You give me middle fingers. You avoid stuff. You go on vacation. You do stuff like that. That's what you do. You avoid it at all costs. And the worst thing you do is you come at slamming me. How are you harming me by slamming me at the end of the day? I'm coming and backing my product up every time you do something stupid. And you, on the other hand, you slam me. How does that help you in any way whatsoever? It doesn't. Just like you got yourself in this whole lie situation about 2 quarts of paint, painting a 300-inch screen. Oh, people, we're not letting that one go. We're not. That's never gonna, we're never gonna let that one go. Never, ever gonna let that one go. I have to see this. I have to see this. I was on my forum site earlier today and saying, look, the guy is a fellow who they call Mr. Magic. That's his nickname. They read through his website. It's a joke. And they sat there and said, Mr. Magic, is he going to do the trick today? I was like, I don't even know, to tell you the truth. We sent them the information. Yeah, we went right on the site. We talked to Crow. I said, look, please explain this. Explain how you're going to get 2 quarts to paint into a 300-inch screen. How that's even going to work. I would love to see it. My crew is waiting. We're going to log right on in. All 60 of us are going to log in. Your numbers are going to jump real quick. We're going to log right on in there, and we're going to basically watch this demonstration because I am dying to see this. If he pulls this off, this will be the most incredible thing I've ever seen on YouTube. Well, I've seen some pretty crazy stuff, but it'll be the greatest thing I've ever seen. I have never seen it even done. That's like somebody saying, hey, we're going to paint my room in the back with 2 quarts. That's impossible. So I want to see this. I sent him a link through Amazon where he can actually purchase a 300-inch screen for $195, and the shipping on that is free, and they can ship that overnight to his house. And if he doesn't do it, we're going to ask him every day. I want to see this. If you're basically call yourself being a professional at your field, and you're basically putting information on your website about your product, mind you, you're a professional. This is your product. This is something you test. This is your product. You know more about than anybody else. So the information they put on that site, you're going to basically think, okay, is it real or not? You buy a PS5, you buy a projector, you buy sneakers, whatever you read about that product tells exactly what that product is on the website, does it not? If you go buy a projector and it says, hey, it's 3200 lumens, it's 1920 by 1200, it's a WXGA projector. That's what they're putting on that's not from eBay or Amazon, it's from the actual website. So from the actual website, you're expecting for specifications and information to be more on point than basically going to a third-party site where they may be selling it at the end of the day. So if you can't get that proper information from the main site, then what? From the person who developed it, even worse. So again, a lot of the stuff on this website is completely fake. You're going to tell me on one point on your video, you're saying that, I mean, on the website, it says 2 quarts at $170 are going to paint up to a 300-inch screen, but yet on your front homepage, it says that 2 quarts can paint 150 to 200. What happened to the 300-inch screen? And you're not going to paint 150 to a 200. No, it's not going to happen. I would love to see that one too. You're going to have that much paint left over. You know why you need that much paint left over at the end of the day? Because you have to calculate the customer that may use more paint than the next person. You can't go by because you use less paint that they're going to use less paint. That's bullcrap at the end of the day. They can use 10 times more paint than you use it. Then you have to make sure there's enough left over. That's why we take whatever we got left over, we paint another screen with it. All right, goodness, man. What's that song called? Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. I got that stuck in my head. I think this is going to come at the end of the day. So that's what he's going to have to do. Because if he can't do that at the end of the day, it means his website is an absolute complete lie. And the entire time he's been lying to you. Oh, he has already been lying to you. So I'm just telling him why you are down there picking up your paint to make your products. Don't forget to stop over to Sherwin-Williams and pick up some of that Network Gray SW773. Don't forget to pick up some Behr Silver Screen and a quarter black paint. Remember, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I told you what that stands for. That stands for the video demonstration he deleted off his channel showing him making a black and white screen paint product. Do it all at the same time. because I'm curious to see this at the end of the day. So yeah, I can tell you by me. If I tell you somebody's not making any money, I can crunch the numbers. Come on now. I know exactly how much you're making at the end of the day. Well, not saying how much exactly, but I know they're not making much. Their overhead literally costs more than what basically they can put out at the end of the day. Yeah. And then on top of that, if you want to complain about how I can charge for my product, well, at the end of the day, I do demonstrations that you don't do. Like today, I can give you another challenge to go outside, but you won't show because you can't back your product up. Can you show me one demonstration of your screen on a screen size bigger than what you have inside that house? Can you give me a 150-inch outside? Can you display, as you said, your product produces a contrast level equal to black screens? Well, can you show us that demonstration? We ain't gonna get it. We all know that. Can't back his product. Let me see what we got going on here. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Do, 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 do. Yeah, if you want to call somebody at the end of the day a scammer and a fake, I can give you every challenge under that black screen I got downstairs. I'll guarantee you couldn't match it. Starting with the certifies. And we've seen what a certified did to his UV mix. That daylight screen destroyed your freaking UV mix. I mean, it destroyed it. Destroyed it. Well, that reminds me too, I gotta paint the room in the back. We're gonna be doing another demonstration. I gotta paint the one side of the wall bone white to see how it's gonna look for the P2 projector. And that's another thing you got to worry about too. Once that projector drops in here, we open up that box, you better sell your projector. That's the best thing you can do. The best thing you have to do is sell your projector. You're gonna have to. Because we're gonna have your Cinemax down here again on another re-review, and we're gonna have the same projector you got. How are you gonna explain that nonsense? All right, well, that's basically about it. I got to get ready. I got to go get the orders out for my customers, and I got to go paint the other room because I'm painting the other room. Part of the how much I said a gallon I should be able to knock out because this is a pretty good beverage. This is a master beverage. We got to do something in here, people, because it's all this room in here. We got to do something with it. We got to do something. Look at all this room we got in here. You got to do something with it. Too much room. Got an echo going on in here. Got to put some stuff in here. We can't put nothing here until we actually paint out the room. This is where the P2's going to go at, Crow. You're not going to like it, buddy. This room, I saw that commercial. I'm telling you, I'm blown away by what I saw. Take a look at the room, people. We're going to transform the daylight out of this room. I'm telling you, it's going to be like a Martha Stewart setup in here. This room is going to be bone white. I love that show they did with the whole P2 where everything was in white. Oh man, I love that, man. That's what I want in here. That's what I want in here. I want it all in white in here, all in white. That's what I want. That's what I want. I'm thinking about. I was going to make it like a test facility. I don't want a test facility. I want to set it up like a real room up in here. You know what I mean? Curtains, fixtures, the whole 9 yards. I might even put a bone white rug up in here too. Everything in here is gonna be real nice. I'm a Scotch Guard did it set up first, but I'm gonna set up a nice room up in here. Didn't you make a comment about I needed a bedroom? Didn't you say that? I'll wait till you see what I'm gonna set up in here, buddy boy. You're gonna bite your bottom lip. You're gonna be a little bit envy on that one. And Taco, we're gonna hook this room up. So I want you to look at. I'm gonna take my before and after pictures. Like I did the Japanese tea room in the other room, converted the entire room over there like a Japanese red walls and everything, the whole 9 yards. This one, I want to look just like that demonstration. Oh, I might put a white waterfall in here. That would be hot. A white waterfall set up in here. I don't figure out exactly where I'm going to put my bed at, to tell you the truth. I want to put something nice. I want a bed that forms into a sofa, but I want something nice, a real nice one. Can't put it here because I got the Raiders in here. We'll figure it out. We'll all size up how we're gonna do this, but it's gonna be real nice up in here. I'm gonna have my setup. I want my setting to be like in here, to be like a like the deck had it in that commercial. Everything all in white, all beautiful. That's what I want it to be. This is where we're gonna put the screen at right here. I was thinking about putting it there, but why block a window at the end of the day? You know what I mean? I can put it right here. So pretty much what I measured, well, basically from the P2, would only give you 100 inch. We're gonna blow that out of the water. We're not using a 100 inch in here. We're gonna do about 140 to 150 in here. I'm gonna do. Now my lighting in here, because I want my lighting to be bright. I'm not gonna get the lighting that I want. We're using these right here. These are really like bright. If you know what these are, these are actually lights that they use. Like before I told you, in hotels, that they use them in hotels. These lights are super bright. These are actually on dim right now because they're bright. We're gonna line the floor with those, and here and here. We're gonna line the ceiling. Now, when I do the ceiling, we're gonna do it where we actually, I want those invisible kind of, I'll tell you, I can't explain it to you, but it's gonna have a nice soft lit to it. But I want everything with a nice trace of white all in there. I don't want no blues, no greens, none of that in here. I want none of that in here. I want all soft white light. The hardwood floors, we're gonna change this out. So I'm gonna have all this done. We're gonna pad it with the carpet first. And after that, we're gonna put the carpet padding on top of it. And then we're gonna put a nice bone white rug right over top of it. Or carpet or whatever we're gonna do it. We're gonna hook it up real nice. I gotta get my curtain rods put in, all this, everything here's gonna be bone white. So let me go over to Sherwin-Williams and let me order my, what do they call it? That's called Extreme. It's called extra something white or whatever. It's something crazy, but this stuff is not cheap, like 80 bucks a gallon, because this is a one coat application. I do not plan to put 3 or 4 coats in. I want to coat it one time and be done with it. Then we're going to have that black screen right here. That beautiful, imagine all this black and all this white we're going to have in here. And that screen is going to be jet black using that new 38. That's what we're putting on. We're going to use a 38, can think of it, Black Widow in here. Oh, it's gonna be gorgeous. It's gonna be gorgeous. That's gonna have to go. I want to keep that. I'm not sure. I want one thing in here. I want something here black at least, so that can match. But we got to change that out. I want a more luxury one. I want the one. This is nice. I might put that one downstairs. That one has an incredible back massager. It gets right in the back area. You know that area in your back, that one area back there, that little area. Yeah, that chair actually hits that spot. That's why I like it. I need another one of these. I think I'm gonna get another one of these and put it in there. But this time I'm gonna get the one with the, it has heat massage, right? It does have heat massage, I want to do. All right, people. I have to get this shipped over to Ireland for my friend over there. And I got orders to get out from my customers. And cat's trying to kill me on the stairs. Stop doing the cat. Look at him showing off. Get it, man. Get it. Fight it, man. Fight it. Fight it. Fight it. Yes. Yeah, that thing is amazing, ain't it? I had to showing the screen off on Facebook. They were like, wow, I think it's that black. I said, that's black. We're going to be testing this out today. As soon as I get finished these orders real quick, I got about 13 more to go on top of this. Tell you, God is good, ain't he? But anyway, let me show you right. God is good. God is good. Look at that. That's the knockoff projector. We're going to do a video on this. So why I explained to you guys we don't support mine. This projector right here is 8K, 15,000 lumens. You figure it out. But that's what it's supposed to be. All right, I got to get to work. I got to get orders out for the customers. We did discontinue some stuff on the site already. So the Christian paint is gone. That thing took it out. It's done. That screen, that black screen right there. Look at that. Look how beautiful, how black that screen is. That thing is gorgeous. But anyway, yeah, so the gamer paint's gone. Because after I did gaming on this, I am going to be repainting my screen downstairs. What else we got that we took off? We will be removing the gunmetal necks from the Phantom. The red's definitely going to go. So we're just going to have all black technology.
Pressure drives every day. Get Febreze carbon clips.
Oh yeah, and real quick before I leave, did you check out my man Hector? I love this guy, man. This guy bought a lot of our products. Ooh, cough drops. This guy bought a lot of our products. Did you see the demonstration? He just posted 2 more today for me. I logged them on right now. Did you see that demonstration of the product? Isn't that supposed to be the Phantom? Isn't that supposed to be the product that Crow claimed about him being a professional? Look how bright those are. Being a professional in his field, claimed that that product was so dark you couldn't see it? Isn't that interesting? It's funny how everything that lands into Crow's apartment doesn't work well on the Crow. I'm going to put something there below. I've been meaning to put it there. I do apologize that I haven't had the time to put it there, but I'm going to post something for you. Let's see. Let's find that customer. Oh, Partey, you got a fan that don't like you either. He says your products are fake and a scam. Too, on top of that. Yeah, I was able to track this guy down. He bought your products and said they were scams. So that's interesting. But let's put this up real quick. We already know your products are scams. You can't back it up. Cancel orders, people. You got canceled orders on them. Let's see. Where's this guy at? Right up in there, we got Hawks, people. Hawks. Red Tail Hawks up in there. Where's this at right here? That's it right there. We need all of this. Ooh la la, all of this. Yeah. Here we go. Nice. I'm surprised there's cats in this neighborhood. And with the Hawks, we got Red Tail Hawks up in here. Yeah, the ears are snatched something away, but good gracious. We do have them. They land right there. Oh, you ever seen a flock of crows? You think I'm joking? Not the boss, I think his name is Crow. I mean, literally, we have a flock of crows down here. And around this, in the summertime, they line all the way down from here all the way to here. It's like 30 or 40 of them. You ever saw the movie called The Birds with Alfred Hitchcock? Yeah, it kind of put you in that direction. Yeah, shipping cost is expensive, but we don't charge a $70 surcharge fee. What for what? My customers overseas pay a lot of money as it is to go through customs. Customs is expensive, man. I told you, I got friends over in DR and different countries and stuff like that. I just got a friend now over in Ireland, which I'm happy because I want to go to Ireland. I actually want to go to Dublin really bad. I'm going to go chill on there for a bit. So I got some good friends overseas. But anyway, yeah, customs is crazy expensive. So, why would I charge you a $70 surcharge fee at the end of the day? If you're investing in my company at the end of the day, why am I going to charge you $70 for a surcharge? I don't see it happening. Think about it. For the $70 surcharge fee that you charge your customers overseas, I just paid $83 in shipping for my customer. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay. Nope, we're not going through that again because that's bullcrap. Let's bring it back. That's not what we wanted. We wanted something else. I need to go to history real quick. Let me see. Where we at? Here we go. This is what we want right here. Okay. Okay, yeah, here we go. Well, people, I take it real quick. Man, most expensive, tell you something, most expensive package ever shipped to Madagascar. Oh my goodness, $800. Good gracious. Like I said, if it wasn't for my ex having an $80, $70 or $80 discount with Federal Express, man, yeah, I'll never do that one again. Never again. $800. No joke. And I almost lost that out. You gotta be, like I said, in business, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful, man. You have to be careful. At the end of the day, if you think you're gonna get over Mr. Bird, no, it ain't gonna happen at the end of the day. I mean, if your intentions are basically to try to get over on me, yeah, good luck on that. I got enough experience to choke a horse at the end of the day. I'm not gonna try to cheat you at the end of the day, but don't try to do something stupid at the end of the day. You don't do dumb stuff at the end of the day. You're not talking to an idiot at the end of the day, like these two jokers at the end of the day. So somebody has experience in the field. I know so much stuff is not even funny, man. I know what to ship out, what not to ship out. Why we don't ship out motorized projection screens? Yeah, that's a bad idea. Motorized projection screens are crazy expensive. First of all, you're not shipping that screen out by United States Postal Service. They're not going to take it. It's going to go by UPS and FedEx, and they got to go by freight, which means you're going to have to bring in a lift truck. I don't care if you can carry it yourself. If they come to the house to pick it up, they're going to bring a lift truck out. And the lift truck is going to cost you an extra $300 to $400, including the $600 it's going to cost you to ship out the screen, and that's on discount. So you better be to charge more than what the screen is worth when it comes to that price, or you're going to lose your shirt at the end of the day. Fixed frame projection screens, we did those, but you could break those down into a small little box because the rail, well, actually, in the truck, if you do a 100-inch screen, you can get away with a 100-inch screen going through United States Postal Service, but you can't get away with shipping out 120, because even if you're able to break the screen in the center, you still got the full expansion of the screen itself, which is going to make up the size of the box. So you're not shipping that out either at the end of the day. That's not going to happen. Depending on where you're shipping that, if you decide to ship it overseas, I got a pallet of Sony VPO FH30 projectors for about $2,000. I paid $2,000 for the pallet. I charged $1,000, $1,000 to $1,400 a kit, depending on what size screen you got. So you got a gallon of the paint, you got a 150-inch surface, and you got the projector. They sold like hotcakes. We had one of them go to Madagascar. I didn't even know Madagascar. I knew the system was Madagascar, but didn't know exactly where it was on the map. Nothing wrong. It's just the shipping cost to ship it there is crazy expensive, and you actually can't ship it to someone's address. You have to ship it to a hub, which means they have 2 hubs out there. One's east, one's up, which one it is, but there's 2 hubs out there. But anyway, long story short, shipping them out on the hubs, you have to be careful because people at the end of the day will do dirty stuff. And you're not saying everybody out there is like that, but people will do dirty stuff. So you got anytime if you're working through PayPal and if somebody changes their address and says, hey, we need you to ship it to this address, look, it's up to y'all at the end of the day to update your information on your credit cards and all that stuff in your account. So that way, when I go to ship something out, I don't have to go through the nightmare emailing you over all the orders trying to figure out exactly if you updated the information on your credit cards, the PayPal account, or whatever. Please update that, because next time that happens, I'm just sending your money back to your account and explain to you why your money just got returned. Due to the fact that at the end of the day, I have to update your information, contact you to update your own information. And this is why this is very important. Sometimes we have some people that may move at the last minute. Okay, I can understand that. You moved at the last minute, you ordered a screen, so forth and so forth. We can put it on hold and then ship it out for you. But I understand that part right there, okay? So when you give me the new address, what we do is we send you an email. In that email says that you are basically 100% on board and gave us full permission to ship it to this particular address. Because what happens if you don't do that, let's say if the customer decides to say, hey, look, at the end of the day, I never gave him any permission to ship it to the address. He just sent it there, okay? What's going to happen is when he files a complaint against you, PayPal will file a complaint, and your complaint is only his complaint is, well, his complaint will be eligible. Your complaint won't be, due to the fact that you were supposed to ship it to the address that is on the receipt when the item was first purchased. So if somebody puts an address up there and that's the address you're supposed to ship it to, and then they file a have not received from you at the end of the day or whatever comes up, and they say, well, he's supposed to ship it to this address and that's not my address, you can get in trouble for that. Unless you have proof showing that he gave you permission to ship it to that address. That's what happened with Madagascar. That we had $1,200 worth of merchandise over there. And good thing that when he contacted me, when we first went to FedEx and they said it was going to be $800, I was like, well, I don't know how I'm going to ship this out because that costs, I'm not going to make any money out of this. And then she was telling me how she had the discount and they put the discount in. It was like something like $200. That's all it cost was. It was like way lower, $200. All right, so we're shipping this thing out, right? So when they get over to FedEx, he said, well, we can't ship it out. The address that you gave me isn't coming up. There's 2 hubs out there where they can drop it off at. They don't know which one it was. Now, mind you, I could have just said, well, send it to that one. I'd have been out of like a lot of money because at the end of the day, he never gave me permission to send it there because his address wasn't coming up. So he wanted to know if it was going to be the east or the south, what hub was going to be. So I went back and contacted him and said, hey, look, can you do me a favor? We got 2, you can't ship it to your address, but you'll have to pick it up at one of these locations. Which one of these locations would you like to have it shipped off to? Oh, I have a location, blah, 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 all that down. He wanted to ship to, okay, you're 100% sure on this? This is what you want? He said, yes, so and so and so. Email confirmation. We got it already from the door. But I didn't think this guy was going to do anything at the end of the day. He's a really cool dude. So, sure enough, we got a PayPal complaint hit our account for that kind of money. And I said, what the freak just happened? And basically, he put down have not received. Now, here's the messy thing about it. Even though he walked into the hub, even though he picked up the package and signed for it in his name, PayPal wouldn't honor it. Signature wouldn't honor it. Because it went to a different address, because it wasn't shipped to the address that was posted on the PayPal account, it went to a different address. And if we didn't have a confirmation from him giving us permission to ship it to the address, we would have been out the money. Which means he would have had my money, he would have my projector and my product at the same time. There's nothing I could do about it. Unless I take him to court. Or want to drag somebody overseas all the way over here to go to court. Yeah, you kidding me? How much money that's, no, I'm good. So yeah, he would have had everything. But you know what, why I won the case? Because I had to go back and ask him which hub to send it to, the east or the south, and he replied the south and gave me confirmation. And that's what I showed the PayPal. PayPal said, okay, one in your favor. Yep. There you go. That's why you have to think at the end of the day. If somebody says, hey, send it to so and so and so, we send them out an email saying, look, at the end of the day, we got an email, we all got it all written up and everything. All they got to do is sign it, giving us permission to send it there. That protects it at the end of the day, because you never know what you're dealing with. There you go, people. I'm going to print my receipt out like this. There we go. This is the actual form right now. This can't be the form. Am I losing it here? Hold on for a minute. Yeah, but that's how you gotta be careful at the end of the day. Because if you don't protect yourself, you're doing. Make sure you bottom line get that information. Because if not, then boom, that's it. Okay, let me see. PDF form. Yeah, that's the printout. What the freak? They're printing them out like that now. I thought you would get like the whole freaking page. It doesn't make any sense. So we're not doing the whole page anymore. This is what we're doing. Where's the settings on this? We got letter size. Can we get the whole page on this? No, we can't get that. Whatever. All right. I hope this is eligible. I hope this is. I've never seen a shipping label this small at the end of the day. It's got a barcode on it, so I guess it's good. Okay, whatever. Wait. Did I put down the 14th? Oh, yeah, I did. Thank you, man. Because I paid $80 for these bad boys. They weren't cheap. All right, cool. I'm gonna print out another set just in case. Yeah, people, you're gonna have to be the protector to go through all that at the end of the day. Not great. We need to feed the machine. Yeah, I got you. You need more paper. Here you go. Rawr. Paper. Wait a minute. Okay, so these are these right here. What the frick is it? How come these labels are so freaking small? Like, really? That's how small they are? Those are the custom labels? Man, the things are small. It doesn't even fit in the whole envelope like that. What would it call them? Let me see real quick. I gotta go through my account. I'm gonna grab this little order right here real quick. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you gotta be careful on that one right there, because make sure you get that signature saying, yes, we give you permission to ship it to this address, because if not, you're doomed at the end of the day. And I do that, I can go in and basically edit it, your shipping account, and say by the end of the day, you move or You don't have time to update because people sometimes don't have to update their time. I can understand for moving. You move and you don't have time to update everything because mind you, you move in, you're changing up your address, all your information and everything. And some people have to update all this stuff at the end of the day, new address and all. I can understand all that. So we can go in and we can edit it, your label right from there with no problem. That's not hard to do. But I need to confirm from you saying that we have okay to do that at the end of the day. What time we got here? Oh, we're way over time. I got to go, people. I got work to do and I got demonstrations to do. Thank you so much. You have a good time and God bless.